Hey everyone, it's Rick. I'm here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm going to take you on a tour of some of the most famous Frank Lloyd Wrights in Phoenix. Let's go take a walk. This video is designed to give you an idea of what you see when you go out to visit Phoenix's Frank Lloyd Wright sites in person, without paying for admission fees or tours, and simply walking or driving up to them without trespassing. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see follow-up videos for a more in-depth look at a few of them, like First Christian Church, Taliesin West, and the Biltmore Hotel. And stay till the end of the video for a clip of a house that I myself have questions on whether it's a Frank Lloyd Wright or by someone else. Of the more than 200 Frank Lloyd Wrights I've visited around the country, First Christian Church is near the top of my list as one of my very favorites. It doesn't hurt that it's so easily accessible to me as I live in Phoenix, and you can walk right up to it. Its use of native stone and the beautiful blue color, along with its signature spires, make it a sight to behold. I like to romanticize that from overhead, it's in the shape of an arrow, and that, along with its near turquoise color, is a nod to the natives who lived here before us. It was designed in 1949 for Southwest Christian Seminary as a university to sit on 80 acres. Construction was completed in 1973 with First Christian Church occupying it that year. I'm working on a follow-up video about this, with a more in-depth look that will include interior spaces, which are also pretty awesome to see. Our second stop, in a neighborhood not far away from First Christian Church, is the Raymond Carlson House. The Carlson House is in the Usonian style and was designed for an Arizona Highways magazine editor, Ray Carlson. Given the dense vegetation and block wall, it's not easy to see much of this home, though you can find some pretty cool pictures of it online with only minimal trees surrounding it. Our next stop driving around Phoenix is the Arizona Biltmore Hotel. The Arizona Biltmore often gets credited as a Frank Lloyd Wright site. The hotel itself was designed by Albert Chase MacArthur, who had previously been a draftsman for Wright and asked Wright to consult on the textile block used in construction. Without question, the building bears many similarities to Wright's work, has some of his artwork inside, and the hotel continues to capitalize on the association to this day in the naming of rooms, restaurants, and even in their conference center. The hotel is truly a work of art in its design, and it has been a regular spot for celebrities and dignitaries since its opening in 1929. I had the pleasure of staying there once a few years ago and was thrilled at the immersion in history that came with the stay. The hotel is full of surprises, from the history room, the Catalina Pool, which was a regular sunbathing spot for Marilyn Monroe, and the Mystery Room, which operated as a speakeasy during Prohibition. The Biltmore has had many owners, including William Wrigley of the Wrigley Chewing Gum fame, and has been listed on the Phoenix Historic Property Register since 2009. The Pauson House was completed in 1942 on the hill above these fireplace ruins. A fire in 1943 burned it down, all the way to the ground, leaving just the foundation ruins, which sat disturbed only by locals and referred to as shiprock. When nearby 32nd Street was to be extended in 1979, the master bedroom fireplace was moved here to the entrance of Alta Vista Estates. The fireplace itself has been deteriorating, as you can see from the picture I took back around 2010, though it now has a protective barrier to hopefully prevent people from scavenging any more of its stones. The Boomer Cottage, built in 1953, was originally designed to be a beach house in Carmel, California, though ended up being constructed right here instead. It varies from year to year how much of a look of it you can actually see from the road given the trees that surround the property. The Adelman house next door, and also in Alta Vista Estates, was completed in 1950 and is an example of a Usonian automatic house, designed for modesty in size and cost, and constructed from concrete block. The Norman Lykes house was the last home Wright designed before his death. Construction began in 1959, though wasn't completed until 1967. It's easily one of the most recognizable and the easiest to get a good look at. It's been for sale in the last decade, with the last price I recall in the neighborhood of $3.5 million. Due to the fact that it was for sale for so long, there are a lot of great pictures and videos of the home's interior to be found online and on YouTube. You can drive right up and park along the street where it's located. Just a few hundred meters further up the road is one of the many trailheads into the Phoenix Mountain Preserve. The Harold Price House was built in 1955 as a desert winter home with 5 master bedrooms, all with their own bathrooms. The home sits on 9 very valuable acres of land, and the house itself is over 5,000 square feet. Unique features of the home are the use of stepped blocks in its construction, which you can see even in the walls surrounding the home, as well as the elevation above the roof, which is raised upon steel pipes to give maximum airflow and natural lighting from above. The David and Gladys Wright house was constructed in 1952 for Frank's son and daughter-in-law. Its 2,500 square foot floor plan is designed in a spiral shape, reminiscent of the Guggenheim and other Wright projects. This home has run through a number of owners since David and Gladys passing away, though is listed on the National Register of Historic Places since 2022. Gammage Auditorium is a multi-purpose performing arts center on the main campus of Arizona State University. It seats over 3,000 people and is used for both ASU events and off-Broadway shows. Of all the Frank Lloyd Wrights in Arizona, this is the one most people will have experienced. It's easy to get to, easy to park for a few bucks on the campus, and nice to take a stroll around and up to the entrance ramps. It's often regarded as the last public commission of Wright, and was completed in 1964. Gammage was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1985. Gammage, who was the university president at the time, asked his friend Frank to design the building. The building was originally conceptualized for use in Baghdad and Iraq, though seemed to suit the desert here just as well. Wright and Gammage both died before its completion, which was undertaken by one of Wright's proteges, William Peters. Gammage has been used for plays, musicals, symphonies, presidential debates, and even Barry Goldwater's funeral. The building is an oval that measures 300 by 250 feet and stands 80 feet high. Taliesin West was the winter home and studio of Wright from 1937 until his death in 1959, and remains the headquarters of the Frank Lloyd Wright Foundation. It is built using native stones placed in forms with concrete poured around them. The roofs were originally canvas, though later replaced by other materials to withstand the desert sun. The structure was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1982. This place, along with 7 other Wright properties, were listed as UNESCO World Heritage Site. What I'm showing you here in this video is what you'd see if you drove up, parked, walked, and didn't pay anything to get in. I'll save the full tour for another video. This next and final home I'm going to show you is often cited as the Piper House in pictures, videos, and in print, yet others refer to it as the Montooth Mountain Home, as designed by Wright student Charles Montooth. It clearly bears similarities to many of Wright's homes in its Usonian design style. Now, I'm a fan of Wright's, not an expert, and in researching the Piper House, some say it was usurped by the much larger and more recently built home on the property directly to the north of this home. Comparison of the two structures' design blueprints support the possibility that some of the Piper House was maintained, as the southwesternmost portion of that much larger house has a similar shape. Please let me know in the comments if you have any further definitive information about the former Piper House. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this drive-by tour of Frank Lloyd Wright structures in Phoenix area. If you did, please like and subscribe for more videos from Let's Go Take a Walk Adventures. Thank you.